Hello and welcome. This is Dominique. Nice to have you in the room today. Thank you so much for joining. Our topic today is, are you happy with your current number of clients? So, welcome in, guys, and go ahead, share out the room. Take a look at the link at the top. I want you to focus on are you happy with your current number of clients? We're going to get into this in several ways. For right now, if you want to come up to the stage, go ahead and click the hand link, raise your hand so I can bring you up. You can also chime in right here in the chat. Okay, I want to make you aware of two resources that you can definitely tap into during this conversation. Start identifying your target audience and also a $10,000 roadmap that will give you that vision, that you're looking for. So in the meantime, we're going to get into this conversation. So at any time you're ready, just take a look at the digital business card that has links, YouTube links, Facebook links, any and everything that you need. And then take a look at the course creation starter pack description to see if it's you. You can always DM me the word course and let's get started on the conversation. But this is a real conversation. So if you are ready to, talk about it, that's what we're doing right here, right now. So thank you for joining me in the room and let's get started. So I'm Dominique Prosper, the host and creator of this club, Educate Your Space. I started this club last year on Clubhouse. Super proud of it. Why? Because it meets a very serious need. Now you can judge for yourself if it's I have here for the last couple of decades, and then some. I was able to raise my children. I was able to navigate a stormy marriage, all the things, right, that life has to throw at you. So, what I found was I didn't know that I wanted to teach, even though my dad was a doctor, my mom was a nurse. I didn't have educators in my family, no background in teaching whatsoever. And it was only after I started working in an office after college with a sociology degree that I knew, hey, coming into this environment every day, 9 to 5, like that's not me. And I remembered a dean I worked for at the college I attended, where he literally courted, his former students, and he just had this sort of, I would say, Aristotle, vibe to him. Like people just visited him, um, and he discussed matters with them all day long. And so I thought, I like this. You know, um, I did not realize that he was, an educator, and he helped students to complete their programs, and he was like a mentor. So that intrigued me. It really intrigued me. And what I'm leading to is, as we are in this conversation, start to identify what is intriguing about you. If you're not happy with the number of your current, the number of clients you currently have, we need to dive more into who you are, you know, who you are. It's no secret that the online marketers or, 8-figure earners have done a fantastic job with presenting their world and their version of their world to the world, right? And so what about us? Are we playing small? No. I have a 20-year-old right now at home, my oldest, and he's helping other 20 somethings, get out of that box that they've been in. And I venture to say, that's what our problem is. We live in a box. The box that we crawled into years and years ago that somebody created for us, and we just, found it, we don't know any better, and so we take on that identity. So this conversation is all about building up what is it about you that intrigues not only yourself, like, wow, how did I do that, but also intrigues others and can lead to a situation where you're leading with that, you're leading with your story, your background, and that way you're able to make more of a connection, because this is what we know for sure: online is a vast, wilderness, right? How do we make it a cozy corner? How do you make the online cold environment a cozy corner? Okay. I still have a classroom position. I teach second grade, and we have to have a cozy corner, a retreat corner where if a student is, feeling a little out of sorts, they can kind of reconnect to themselves. And so, even as adults, guys, we need cozy corners. And believe me, you're going to meet your ideal clients that want to work with you in a cozy corner. They're going to have a what? Real conversation with you. They're going to have real concerns. They're going to have real visions and desires that they feel you are familiar with. Okay. So I challenge you to come up with that intrigue, come up with that cozy corner conversation that you can have with your audience right now that positions you to become that mentor. Okay, so how I was able to do that was 4 years ago. I started tapping into, of course, coaches, online coaches, like, how do I transition from this face-to-face environment to online where it's cold, right? It's not cozy at all. Like, how do I create a cozy corner? And so over time, of course, over time, you learn to stop leading with what you do and replace that with who you are, right? Who you are. And so I totally get it that we have a familiarity with, like, titles and position and income and assets and all that, but really, what difference does that make to people who are not your benefactors? Nothing. It means nothing to them, right? When it starts to mean something, it's when they understand how you got those things, right? That's when it starts to mean something. So are you happy with your current number of clients? How are you able to convey your story and create that cozy corner so that they can see what you've gone through as a pathway for them as well? Okay. So that's what's happened with me. Over the last 4 years, I've been able to carve out, my background and start to connect that with creating digital products, things that I've had to do to not only reinvent myself, especially the reinvent, reimagine, rebirth, right, myself, but help others to see the same thing. Because while you're coming out of situations, there are new people coming into situations, and they're looking for people like you, right? Now, if you're on platforms like this, like an audio platform, this is a gold mine for helping people who need what it is that you have. So if you have not started rooms or left recordings that people can tap into to learn about you, I definitely recommend that to you. Now, how I've been able to leverage my time, even though I'm in the classroom, is I create digital products, I show up, I'm consistent. And so those qualities that I have helped me manage my online relationships, my clients, everything I do online, in addition to having the position I do in the schoolhouse. Okay, Now, do they conflict? Well, of course, where my heart is it teaching. So whether that's classroom, whether that's online, whether that's in person, I don't care. I'm doing, God's work. But what it looks like for you is, do not say, I'm not ready for it. I don't have time right now. Yes, you do. Start small and start giving and leaving what people can tap into and find opportunities for them to get started. All right. Most of the time, we have what it takes. We have the goods. You've got the goods. Okay. How do people get started? All right. So, right now, I am definitely looking for 5 people who want to get started exactly that way. Take what you've been through and what you have and what you offer and present it to your audience, and start to create that cozy corner where people who are meant to work with you will find you. Okay. If that's you, absolutely, take advantage of DMing me the word course. Let's start a conversation, get you going. um, you know, it's also, I tell you, it's like peeling back an onion. The more you're able to take what you've lived through and share it with others, it really adds more dimensions, and peels away, the coats that you've piled on yourself throughout the years, right? Just take all that stuff off and just literally, bask in the glow of the human being that you are and that you've become. So, if I can help you with that, absolutely DM me the word course. Let's get going. And I look forward to connecting with you on this platform and others. And I am so glad that you're able to join me today. All right, so see you in the next room.